Joining me now is Dr. Amitabh Ghosh, space scientist, former Mars exploration rover mission from NASA. Appreciate your joining us, Dr. Ghosh. The next 45 hours, are they now the critical hours, or do you believe that all is well and we should be at this time on Wednesday celebrating?
Well, it is very hard to say. If you look at my career, I have seen so many ups and downs. So the first mission that I witnessed was a failure. The second was a success. The third was a success. The fourth was a failure. The fifth was a failure. The sixth onwards was a success. See, this is an engineering mission. There are failure points, and it is very hard to predict. You know, if you look at Lunar 25, the Russians were best at this game. They were into space before the Americans were. If you remember 1961 Sputnik, they had the capability. No, they had a rover which would explore the moon for 1 year. Why significant? Because they would survive the lunar night. They did not succeed. You know, nothing is guaranteed. All we know is no matter what happens, life will go on. And
But is this Dr. Ghosh the most in a way, the most complex maneuver, this last stretch, is that the most complex, or are most of the difficult maneuvers over?
No, this is the most complex. So imagine the hazard avoidance cameras or the ground detection camera, they detect the ground, but they miscalculate by even 10 meters or 100 meters. So what will happen? It will slow down, assuming that the ground is here, but the ground is actually here. So at this point, the velocity would be near zero, and then it would again accelerate. Then there may be rocks wherever it's trying to land. So there are possibilities, you know, we have encountered in our Mars missions that, you know, this is the toughest part. We call it the 7 minutes of terror for a Mars mission. So this is really the hardest part.
You know, there are those, of course, who are saying that Chandrayaan 3 incorporates what is being called the salvage mode, which will ensure a successful event in case of unforeseen circumstances. So just give us a sense of what are these unforeseen circumstances? You mentioned one just now, but what, according to you, are those unforeseen circumstances, and how confident should we be that we now are in a better place than we were with Chandrayaan 2?
So I'm not in the mission team, so I wouldn't be able to tell you a lot, but I'll tell you what are the general failure points. See, so these are 4 legs, right? What if it doesn't land on the 4 legs? What if there is a damage of a leg? What if there is a rock and it lands and it is kind of tilted? What if it really did not, the retro rockets did not kick in at the right time? So there are multiple things, but you know, I think based on what happened to Chandrayaan 2, I think Isro and the chairman and everybody has come and repeatedly assured that, you know, the engineering is perfect now. So I would expect a successful landing.
In that sense, could this be a coming of age moment? The fact is that four nations of India will be the 4th nation after the US, Russia, and China to do this.
Yes.
You know, this really is, we are on the cusp of history.
Yes. The reason why this is so important, it is not about Chandrayaan 3. It is about delivering this capability to land on another planet or another moon. That is really the crux. If you do this, maybe the next step would be landing on Mars. Maybe the next step would be landing on an asteroid. Maybe it might be going back to the moon. Maybe it might be going to Venus. So it just opens up a lot of possibilities. It's a development of capability, which is so fascinating about the mission.
You know, just a concluding word, ISRO scientists at the moment aren't opening themselves up to the media. They must be predictably nervous, and you know, we're wishing them well and hoping everything goes on smoothly. But as someone who's dealt with these missions, success and failure, give us a sense of what this means for the scientists who will be there at the moment, watching every little move of what is happening in this last stretch.
It is very hard. So, you know, you have to really steel yourself. As I told you, in my life, I've seen 3 failures. And, you know, everything that you worked for is destroyed. So you have to be very strong mentally. And then you have to think that, well, no matter what, tomorrow life is going to go on. Even if it's a success, there'll be huge euphoria, when Mars Pathfinder landed, we did not know what to do with the time. There were so many people interested in the mission. But when the Mars climate orbiter died, then everybody said, well, I mean, what are you guys doing? So, you have to balance and you have to think as a scientist, your life will go on, your venture will go on. This is just another step. Tomorrow everything will be okay, no matter what happens.
Well, we hope that tomorrow will be great. Day after tomorrow will be even better. This could be 48 hours, 45 hours when India's remarkable space scientists are about to script a slice of history. Dr. Ghosh, for giving us a bit of your inside track on what it means these last 48 hours. I appreciate you joining me there. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, a pleasure.